All right. Now, I know this is an unusual format, but I've still been extremely busy. Therefore, I will just talk about Beretta PX4 holsters while I'm driving. Basically, if you love the PX4 like I do, which is an amazing gun, there are an almost infinite amount of holsters if you are not planning on putting a flashlight on it. Now, that being said, companies I recommend in terms of that, Alien Gear. Now, if you are going to wear IWB holster, it may be a good idea to get a pant size bigger than you normally would. Maybe have them tailored, or if you want to, I don't know, if you want to make sure you don't look like you got a dumpy ass. But essentially, when you have that gun in there, you have to add the width of the gun plus the holster to your waist. So if you're a 40, then you're now 42, give or take. If you're using this gun in particular, just under 42, but obviously there's not an exact measurement there, so just go with 42, wear a good belt. Alien Gear's Cloak Tuck 3.5 IWB is the holster that I ran on this gun for a while. After I sold the gun, I ended up keeping the holster. Then later down the line, I got another one and I've been using it. And 4 years later, I've come to the conclusion that I personally cannot stand inside the waistband holsters. The nuance being, I've discovered that, and I thought I would never say this in my life, appendix carry inside the waistband holsters work extremely well, even if you're a big guy. It's really, really weird. And there's a lot of different holster geometries and attachments that they've made in order to accommodate different body types. Of course, we want to become the healthiest defenders that we can be. But if you are not that right now, there are still many methods, and I would suggest watching videos and considering not just watching videos about how to carry a gun on yourself if you are a big person or just new to it, but also figuring out how to dress for your body type, because I think that is the biggest issue with a lot of big guys is skinnier people taught us how to dress because we watched how they dress, and it doesn't work the same. That's why a lot of us try to wear appendix carry, and it is basically jabbing you in the nether regions. But I think it's because we are wearing it below our waist technically, and we don't realize that. It's more like on your hip bones. It depends. Everyone's different, but I think the biggest thing is to just look into how to dress for your body type in general during that time of the year and every other time of the year, and maybe accommodate. You're not gonna, if you want to be able to carry and dress however you want to dress during whatever weather or climate is coming to you, you're gonna have to consider that maybe you might have to have more than one holster. 2 should be fine, or more than one gun, because if you get something, say like the P365 XL, you can pretty much make that accommodate almost anything, anytime, anywhere, as long as you get the right holster for yourself and your body. When you're carrying something like the PX4, it's not a heavy gun whatsoever. It's just a lot chunkier. And for reference, the P365 is about 1.1 inches wide, and I think the PX4 is about 1.42. Now, 1/3 of an inch does not sound terrible until you're wearing it under your belt, and you'll notice it. You'll notice it. Plus, the P365 is like another 10 ounces lighter almost anyway. So, keeping in mind, smaller, lighter guns are going to accommodate more general carry, no matter how you want to wear it. But the bigger guns, which I would advocate for carrying the biggest gun you can possibly and successfully carry, because you will, as long as you're practicing, have a higher hit. Oh, how about this? Hit to shot ratio, or hit to miss ratio, if you're training with that bigger gun that you can comfortably train with and fire on target multiple times if you need to, even especially when it comes to distance. Now, again, your training is going to be the biggest thing. You can train with a P365 and shoot out to 100 yards if you want. It's not going to be practical when you have an adrenaline dump, but if you can do that, 10 yards is not even a question, not even worth a question. So, coming back to the Beretta PX4, I know I went off tangent. If you want to have a flashlight on this gun, which is a full-size gun, I would say it is slightly bigger than the Glock 19, but is not as big as the Glock 17, and it's a lot more rounded. If you want to carry this gun without a flashlight, there are many different holsters, and I guarantee you, just try them out. Appendix inside the waistband, or just high ride outside the waistband. Start dressing button-up shirts. Stop wearing t-shirts and sweatpants, or do, and figure out something. There's fanny packs. There's a million other ways to carry it. But if you want a flashlight on this gun, there's DME holsters. Yeah. I think that was, oh, sorry. They have holsters on several different companies, or a few different companies, for the compact version with, I believe it was an Olight Balder Mini. I forget. It was either that one or it was the Streamlight TLR7A or sub. One of those two. I've seen that option come up frequently, pretty much the same. But for the full-size flashlight or light bearing, oh, somebody spilled something in the road. Yeah, the full-size light bearing 9mm. Pretty much there's a company, I believe is DME. So that's Delta Mike Echo holsters. You have to order it custom. I think they have some quick ship ones, but I would just go with a custom one and wait a little bit. They are about $100 for an appendix inside the waistband carry. You might be having an easier time for outside the waistband carry, which I plan on finding one. I haven't really looked that deeply because I started deciding I wanted to carry appendix inside the waistband, so I want to get my deep concealment holster before I get my more casual concealment holster. Other than that, Vetter has a really nice appendix carry with a sidecar. It's literally called the side tuck. I don't know why, it's kind of a misnomer. And you got your extra mag and your handgun right in the front, but no light bearing options whatsoever. Vetter, Alien Gear, they have no light bearing options that are made to fit the Beretta PX4 specifically. I believe with the popularity that they have been getting, it seems, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just biased because I'm looking at them a lot. They may be opening up more options, but I've noticed that I think the RX Delta has been an up and coming. So of course, like I've said, the Beretta PX4, amazing gun. I advocate for it all day, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you buy what I buy because it's the only thing. I've owned an RX Delta M before. Fantastic shooting gun. Definitely heavier on the recoil. It is much lighter. The frame weighs virtually nothing, but it does have a good spring system that seems to mitigate the recoil somewhat. Mine did have a break-in period, as many other people have also observed. I would say after a couple magazines, you should pretty much be good to go, but I was having some failure to feeds in the first 2 mags. And after the first 2 mags, that gun never had a malfunction again. for the next couple 300 rounds. However, I did end up selling it because personally, although I did shoot it well, it just didn't conceal for me as well as the P365. And then I lost weight. And then I got another Beretta PX4, and then I was finding out appendix carry was working really well for me. So, and I'm still about like 226 pounds right now. So at one point I was 278 in the past 2 years. So keep that in mind. I'm about a 38 waist right now, and I can comfortably carry that Beretta PX4 in my appendix or in the front. But on the sides where your hip bones are, and your waist bones are, whew, especially if you're driving around a lot. Yeah, I've got these bucket seats in my Lexus, so it's not comfortable. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. Check out DME holsters if you want an inside the waistband. I didn't check their outside the waistbands, but if you want an inside the waistband, light bearing Beretta PX4 holster, I believe they had different options. Of course, they are custom made, so you have to wait. And they are it was about $98, I think, base. So I don't know what other attachments, or if there's colors, or if when you add the flashlight. I didn't look into all that yet. So that being said, I would probably advocate, if you really, really need a flashlight on your carry gun, maybe go with a different model. At least for now, use the PX4 as your house gun, range gun, winter carry gun. But again, like I said, you just might have to carry an off weapon flashlight. I really, really was digging deep, and it was hurting my brain to keep looking. So I think I'm gonna try out that DME holster. I'm also gonna try out the Vetter side tuck. I think I might try the Vetter side tuck first, because if I just absolutely don't like it, I might just sell it to recover some of my money. Or no, they have like a 30-day money back guarantee or something like that. I forget. Whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm not that stressed about it. I'm gonna try that one out. If I like it a lot, I may just keep it no light and just always carry a light off hand. Streamlight makes some really good micro lights that are like pencil thin and really bright. They have good throw. You can find all sorts of lights that aren't breaking the bank expensive, that you can carry offhand and you can deploy pretty quickly. They don't take too much room in your pockets or in your bag. But whether or not to carry a light on your gun, I used to say yes. Now I say, what are your purposes? Where is your confidence? So that's about all I can say. This video actually went on a lot longer. I rambled, but I hope there was some good information in my rambling that could seek to help you in your journey for becoming a prepared defender, at least in the great state of Texas, where I can freely purchase a plethora of different guns in different capacities, different calibers, different accessories. Oh man, I can't imagine what it's like living in a commie state. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, or if you did watch to the end. I will be putting out more gun shooty bang bang content soon. I've just been having a lot to focus on, so y'all have a good one.